Good morning viewers. As you all know, because of the novel COVID-19, India has been locked down. So as our school. But as said that the show must go on, so our teaching process also. So because of that reason, today we are going to start with the first chapter, that is chemical reaction, from your chemistry portion. Now, when we talked about any of the chemical reaction, we are having an imagination in our mind that there is a chemical lab, glasswares, equipments, chemicals, etc. But for each and every chemical reactions, there is no necessity of the lab. There are so many kinds of chemical reactions taking place around us in our routine life. If you are going to take the example of your kitchen, then in your kitchen, if you are going to prepare a lime juice, then what you will do? You will take salt, you will take sugar, water, etc. and mix together. So it's a kind of reaction. Same way, respiration, digestion, resting of iron. These all are the examples of chemical reactions which is taking place in our routine life. But if we are taking the examples which is given in your textbook, then if you are going to take a magnesium ribbon and going to heat in presence of oxygen, then it will produce magnesium oxide. Same way, nitrates react with potassium iodide, form a new substance. Same way, zinc granules, that is zinc pieces, going to react with hydrochloric acid and form a new substance. So these all are the chemical reactions. If you are going to observe, it means if you are going to perform, if you are going to see, then you will get to know certain kinds of changes, because any of the reactions cannot be observed with your naked eyes. So you will get to know that whether reaction is going on or not, because by just seeing any reaction we cannot have any idea about the product, right? So how we can get to know whether the reaction is going on or not, right? So for that we are having certain observations which we can see, like change in color during the reaction, change in color during the reactions, characteristic smell, specific smell during the reaction, change in the state of the substance, right? During the reaction, change in the temperature. So these are the observations by which you can conclude whether the reaction is going on or not, right? So there are certain chemical reactions given in your textbook. Once our school will reopen, we will going to perform all these activity in our school lab. Okay. Now, as I have given you example that magnesium reacting with oxygen producing magnesium oxide. But suppose I want to explain this same chemical reaction in a particular manner, because every time this explanation is complicated and time consuming, right? So in a simple manner or in a simple way, how we can represent any of the chemical reaction, right? So that we can call the chemical equation. So let's we talk about the chemical equation. So how we can write any of the chemical equation? Let's just take same example, magnesium reacting with oxygen. It means these are our two chemicals which will undergo the changes, and it will form the magnesium oxide. That is a new substance formed by these two substances, right? So let me write here that magnesium reacting with oxygen, and it will give us magnesium oxide, right? Okay. So this is the method to write any of the chemical reaction in which the substance which will undergo the changes, that will be written on the left hand side, right? Left hand side, and this is also called reactant. The substance which will undergo the changes are known as the reactants. It means these are our two reactants which will undergo the change. So it will be always written on the left hand side of the arrow, right? This is the arrow, right? Okay, now the new substance which will going to form, that is a magnesium oxide, which is called product. So product always be written on the right hand side. So this will be considered as our product. But still, it is also a lengthy form to write any chemical equation. Still, in a simpler way, we can write this chemical equation. That is by using its chemical formula. It means by using its chemical molecular formula, we can write the same reaction in a different way. So, how we can write? As you all know, what is the symbol for the magnesium? That will be Mg. Same way, what is the symbol for the oxygen? That will be O2. So these are our reactant, these both are our reactant. Now what it will produce? That its formula is MgO, that is called magnesium oxide. Now, is it a correct chemical equation? No, still it is not complete chemical equation. Yes, it is correct, but it is not a complete chemical equation. Why? Because by seeing this reaction, you will get to know about the reactant and product. But still, you are not getting to know about its state. Its state means magnesium. Whether the magnesium is in a solid form, liquid form or a gaseous form. Same way oxygen, same way magnesium oxide, right? So still, it is not be considered as a complete chemical equation. So what we still need to do? That we need to mention its states. State, how we can mention? Like magnesium. Magnesium will be found in solid form. So that will be in bracket. You can write S in a subscript form, right? Same way, oxygen will be found in a gaseous form. So you can write G into bracket. G for gaseous state. Same way the magnesium oxide, which is a product, right? So it is also in a solid form. So you can write S into bracket, right? So like this way, we can write a chemical equation. Now, it can be considered as a complete chemical equation, but it is not considered as a balanced chemical equation. Now, the question will arise, what is a balanced chemical equation? That we will see in our next video, that is part 2, right? But here we are going to see that how to write any of the chemical reaction, right? So first of all, you have to write the formula of the reactant, and keep one thing in your mind, that the reactant always be written on the left hand side of the arrow by putting plus symbol. It means if the reactant is more than 1 or more than 2, you can put the plus symbol, right? And the right hand side of the arrow, you can always mention the product, right? As we have already mentioned, right? And plus you can mention the state into bracket in a subscript form. So it could be considered as the complete chemical equation. In our next session, we will going to see how to balance this reaction, right? Okay, till that, stay safe, stay at your home. Thank you, viewer.